Hi everyone, welcome back to War on the Sea, something a little bit different. It's going to be a one-off battle just while I play around with the Tokyo Express mod, and we'll start the Japanese series soon. We've just got a bit of a what-if scenario. As you can see, we've got the might of the big heavies of the US Navy here. Let's just go through them. We've got the North Carolina, South Dakota, the Iowa, Missouri, the Washington, the heavy cruiser Northampton, the heavy cruiser Portland, heavy cruiser New Orleans, and light cruisers Atlanta and Cleveland. And they're up against a significant Japanese force as well. Oh, which is already smoking, led by a Tenryu light cruiser. We've got a Congo battleship which is coming under heavy fire. We have a Fuso battleship, Nagato battleship, Yamato, another light cruiser, heavy cruiser Magami, two Aboa heavy cruisers, and another light cruiser over there. So this is going to be quite a battle. I'm not going to get too involved. This is all about watching how these two will play it out. They're both racing. If I bring the map up again, they're both racing to try and get across each other's T. And let's see who gets there first. So I've got control of the US, which are actually, we should probably speed these guys up. May affect our aim, but at the same time, we want to cross their T. These are in a 2-line rank, and these guys, I think they were circular, and they're kind of around the Yamato, and then they've kind of just sort of broken up into that kind of straggly, anything goes type formation. South Dakota is now taking a little bit of punishment. Fire's breaking out, which is the repair crews are on. Actually, let's get the repair crews on the actual fire first and foremost. And if we have a look through the binoculars, you can see, probably the glass would have been shattered as their guns fired. We've got smoking ship there. I think that's the Congo, isn't it? And they're splitting fire now onto one of the other battleships. I'm just bringing this to you because I know there's a lot of comments saying we didn't get much battleship on battleship action in the last series. So I thought I'd bring you a battleship on battleship with a few more capital ships thrown in, just for the giggles, and see how they would fight it out. And somewhat expectedly, the Japanese are faring worse. Now I know they've got probably one less heavy cruiser and one more light cruiser than the American force. But yeah, it shows you the difference in armament and capability. Well, the Japanese battleships were hugely significant. Their cruisers were a bit of a letdown. Light cruisers especially. They just don't seem to have the same kind of firepower as you'd expect from the American side. Back here though, we got Yamato's just collided into. Is this the Congo? It's the Fuso, I beg your pardon. I think the Fuso's already gone. Look at her. Yamato's just pushing her out of the way, wanting to get right in the battle. And over here, this is the Congo, which is going to be pinching off. Oh no, she's turning. Also having significant damage. Yeah, I think she's gone. The first casualty, I think, is going to be this one. Yamato is just about to come into the battle though, so expect her to get a little bit more heat on the American fleet. All fire seems to be focusing at the moment on this light cruiser leading the way. There's no way she can sustain this for much longer. Must be armor piercing because there's not many fires breaking out. And there we have it, the first loss. And it is indeed the Nagato battleship. I think a couple more, this one and this one, are not too far behind her. Meanwhile, South Dakota's having a bit of a problem, and she's potentially going to be clipped by... Oh, I think they've just touched. So we got repairs on the fire. Let's put that out, get that fire repaired. Congo has now gone as well. Missouri, I think you could probably try and go around a little bit. That would be useful. Maybe we could back her up a little bit to get off her as the heavy cruiser goes behind. Beep, beep, beep. This battleship is reversing. This battleship is reversing. There we go. Right. Let's try and swing around South Dakota, who's now flooding, but she's underway again. Which is good to see. It's coming in. They seem to be picking different ships to target, which is probably their mistake. Whereas we're focusing all our firepower on looks like the light cruiser at the moment. Well, apart from the shots going over there. We've got a primary focus though, which they seem to be lacking at this stage. You got the Mogami heavy cruiser here. She's kind of in coffin corner now as they're all turning north and running away. She is now subject to concentration of the fire. Even in the smoke, she's getting absolutely pummeled. Even the great flagship is in a lot of bother, struggling with heavy fires, trying to sneak away. Meanwhile, the Missouri's got herself in all sorts of bother. Look at this. What is she doing? What is she doing? Let's also get... Is it Northampton? No, it's not Northampton, but she might join the party. So let's get the... Evading hazard, North Carolina. Well. Oh god, here we got another one coming in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, Missouri's causing all sorts. She's more damaging than the Japanese fleet at this stage. Full back, slow back. Come on, we can do it. No, we're going to collide. Oh, did that do much damage? No. Oh, we just about arrested our movement. Ooh. Okay, everyone stay clear of Missouri. She's an absolute liability. Alright. Ahead you go. Right, you target them and follow. Right, Missouri, what the heck are you doing? Right, it looks like we are decimating. I think these light cruisers are... Oh, these heavy cruisers, sorry. They're actually... Oh, they're turning and fighting. That's interesting. That's brave. Are they trying to get the flagship away? That may be what it is. Shells still raining down. I think they're coming in to cause a distraction to let the flagship get away. This light cruiser looks like it's on borrowed time. And this really doesn't fill me with any joy knowing that we'll be taking on a Japanese campaign very soon. Clearly the US forces are well, better, stronger. And that klaxon goes. The flagship is gone. She's gone. Rolling over under the fire from the US Navy. Yeah, this really doesn't... This fills me with a sense of dread. This really gives me the opinion that we may need to go with a different strategy to begin with the Japanese forces. Similar to Pearl Harbor, maybe we start that campaign with some escort carriers and some light cruisers and just try and be speed and swift and use our air force to sucker punch any American vessels which come into our waters. Sadly, the Mogami heavy cruiser has also succumbed to the damage. Oh, there's a light cruiser just over there being smashed to pieces. My goodness me. Yeah. Surface vessels are not feeling like the right way when we start our Japanese campaign. It may bore people to go more aircraft, but definitely the way forward, isn't it? Definitely. Not to say we won't have some heavy hitting ships, because we will need them. And pretty much decimated now. I think all major battleships have been sunk. Just a few cruisers left. Light cruiser there. Light cruiser. Oh, that could be a battleship through there. Perhaps. A heavy cruiser over there, and this light cruiser, which is pretty much done for. And another heavy cruiser. So yeah, I think we're targeting with our main guns this battleship. Let's bring that up. Yeah, we got the Fuso battleship, 7%. Locking on. Our damage, well, we've got a little bit of damage actually, to the director, which is probably why we're not getting a brilliant solution, but it would not too bad. Getting there slowly. South Dakota, who we saw earlier, in a bit of trouble. You can see the damage to the front. She's managed to put out the fire, and with the Missouri behind her, they've sorted themselves out. Some Heavy cruisers going by. Yeah. Not so much Laurel and Hardy anymore. Still damage, which they're currently working on. Oh, the heavy cruiser took a bit of a hit. And who are we targeting? The Fuso battleship as well. Yep, after all the battleships turning their attentions to her, she had no chance really. She's blackened all the way, apart from the top turrets. They're all nice and still shiny military grey, but everything else is burnt to a crisp. As we have another loss. Is that the lead? Oh yeah. The lead light cruiser has just been destroyed as well. Still being pummeled. Not even going underneath the waves is sparing them the torment of being shelled. That's pretty much gone now. And interestingly, is that torpedoes? Potential torpedoes. Are they coming? Did she get some torpedoes away before? I don't know. She's gone. There she goes. Didn't hear the klaxon, but she's gone. And at the end of that action, we can see North Carolina had minor damage, South Dakota moderate damage and minor flooding, Missouri minor damage, that's probably from our own captaincy of hitting other ships. Same for the Northampton, nothing much to report. On the other hand, absolute devastation. Absolute devastation. We didn't catch, this one managed to steam away in the end. Heavy damage, minor flooding. It lost over 200,000 tons of capital ships. So it's only fair that we then have a look from the Japanese side. Same makeup of ships. Let's see how we get on if we control the Japanese forces. So, who we got first up? We've got the Fuso battleship. Then we've got the Nagato. We're going down this flank. Yamato. And then we've got a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser. On the second side we've got light cruiser, Congo battleship, light cruiser, heavy cruiser, heavy cruiser. Right. So first of all, what you immediately notice is that radar is only on some of the battleships. What we're also going to do is speed up because we want to cross the T. There they are. They are coming straight for us, which is interesting. And if we look at the American forces, we've got North Carolina, we've got the South Dakota, we've got 2 Iowa class, another North Carolina, which would be the Washington, Northampton, heavy cruiser New Orleans, Portland, Atlanta, and the Cleveland. Right, we've already got hits to the South Dakota. Now, can we affect this? We've got a fire on the Fuso already. Let's get that under control. Who are you targeting? You are targeting South Dakota, that's good. Right. Nagato, who are you targeting? South Dakota, good. Yamato, South South Dakota, excellent. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the angle of our course to there. That'll allow us to get our rearward guns into play as well. What we could do with our light cruisers, is break them off and do some close run torpedo attacks, perhaps. Get them out of the way. Right. Break formation. Come down here. Speed up a little bit. We've got another one. We've got another one up here as well. So if you break formation, you speed up as well. You go straight. We'll use the pace of these and see if they can launch some torpedoes. So I don't think we've got the firepower to take on this. Okay, get these fires out. Oof. I think we're already looking in a bad way already with the Fuso. We've got a turret knocked out. Okay, and then moving their fleet to get us into broadside. Broadside v broadside. Interesting. Yeah, we can't get her back under control, it would seem. I think we've lost her straight away. Look at that firepower. There is smoke arising from the American fleet as well, as one of their battleships is on fire. Right, so if we target North Carolina. Moving the light cruisers in may also distract some of the fire from the battleships, which would also allow our battleships to recover. Of course, we've only got 4 battleships versus their 6, which is a huge disadvantage. But or was it their 5, beg your pardon? What's Cleveland doing? Cleveland's just sort of hanging around. But yeah. We've got the North Carolina here. Oh, she's burning quite badly. Can't tell if she's listing because of the sharp turn she's also making. She could potentially bump into a sister ship here. As we thought, these light cruisers are starting to take a little bit of the fire, which let's get them turning. Oh, they're typical. Their torpedoes have already been knocked out. We've switched attention. I thought we were targeting the North Carolina, which is there. Coming around now. The other light cruiser is also taking a bit of punishment, but it's given the capital ships a bit of respite. Fire when ready. Torpedoes being launched. Meanwhile, the second one is badly in trouble with fire. It's also lost its torpedo launcher. Well, who would have thunk that, eh? It's fair to make a turn and get these torpedoes away as quick as possible. Meanwhile, this one is laying smoke, and we'll get this one to lay smoke in a while. Give our beleaguered battleships a chance. Ooh, we may not get these torpedoes away. Fire is breaking out. Right, fire as we can. Oh, I think the torpedo launcher's broke. Is it? And there we go. Already we've lost the Nagato battleship. Crikey Moses. What are you doing? You're just faffing around. Targeting the South Dakota. Look, they're only getting this very small solution. Could be because of the fire, but I'm not quite so sure. Right, let's break with the formation. They're struggling because of the ships are so badly. Oh, look at that! She's been absolutely pummeled. Yeah. They're smoking, but I don't even think we're going to get a kill. That fleet is just going to annihilate us. And then them two fighting bravely, but that one's done. And this one's not so long left for the world. The Congo is now well and truly alight. Oh, as I said, the fires go out, which is good. But yeah, just smoking hulks on the surface now. Light cruiser is not long for this world. It's I'd like to say this was a more valiant effort, but I don't think it was, to be fair. Oh, we've got the cruisers going to bump each other here. Please don't. Please don't. Not helpful. Oh, shell hitting hard on the flagship there, causing a fire. That's in the, well, being fought as we speak. This one's done for. Meantime, South Dakota is actually on fire, surprisingly. That's quite a nasty fire as well. Should be doing well to get that out. She's still under quite a bit of propulsion. She's in her favour, probably. Yeah, she is burning. Hit her a few times. The front of it is looking pretty beat up. They've got, what's this, the North Carolina? Some scar marks down her, but she's relatively okay. Over here we've got, what, the Washington? Bit of smoke billowing up, but nothing too much. Crisscrossing with a heavy cruiser. Is that the... not the light cruiser, that's the Atlanta? Don't know my ships very well. And over here, oh, we've got a bit of a bump. I think they've just struck tails. And we've got a smoking Northampton, I think, here. Meanwhile, how are those torpedoes? They're almost here. Taking a while. Meanwhile, here come the torpedoes. I think she's just going to squeak by them. Oh, she is. Anyone behind? Oh, there is. Oh, hello. This could be in trouble. This heavy cruiser. I can hear the torpedoes. There goes one. That might just miss her. Oh, but this one might not. Oh, no. Good hits. Might have two good hits. Yeah. Sweet. And that third one? The third one's running on there. Oh, she could be in trouble after that. Two good hits. Right. I think we launched some more torpedoes. Meanwhile, things are not going great. Yeah, our flagship is flagging. I don't think we can get the fires out. We're just going to have to keep battling on. Incredibly, this one is still afloat. Can you believe it? There's nothing left alive on it. Oh no, the guns are still firing. Incredible. Incredible. Where to begin? Fixing fire. The one thing she is doing is distracting them, which is fantastic. Okay, here comes the heavy cruiser. She's starting to get a lot more fire from our battleships and heavy cruisers as the North Carolina and South Dakota start moving out of the way. I dread to look at the screen. Oh, it's not the Emoto. Oh, it was it the... It was the second light cruiser is gone. She's gone. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh no, that's what I feared. Yamato is gone. Now these guys, she was the flagship, she was leading the way. Right, let's get these moving. Meantime, these cruisers are running because there is a screen of torpedoes heading their way. If they all manage to dodge the torpedoes, I'll be amazed. I think they have, you know. They have! How on earth? How on earth have they missed all those? That's incredible. Some would say unlikely. There we have it. We still have the Fuso. Just about. Oh. Yeah, it's not looking good. How they have managed to avoid all those torpedoes is just... I ask you. That heavy cruiser seems stuck here still. Okay, the fleet isn't looking the healthiest it's ever looked, I'll be honest with you. But, how are we doing? The battleships seem to be withdrawing. The American battleships. That sounded painful. Ow, and that. We've just got all the cruisers, all 5 cruisers lined up, taking pot shots at us at the moment. And we're kind of stuck, helpless, not being able to go anywhere. We've been reduced to a bit of a snail's pace now. The Fuso behind us, pretty much dead in water. Okay, what's left of the fleet I've got moving, and we're concentrating all fire on one ship, that Strandlin Portland heavy cruiser. Meanwhile, it looks like the Fuso is getting all the punishment. Still firing though. Oh my god, look at the shells coming in. Still firing defiantly against the odds. Those shells rain in. Fuso, however, is still battling on, despite this is an incredible amount of damage she's taken from all those cruisers over there on the horizon. we're trying to concentrate all our fire on that cruiser over there, which we don't seem to be getting too accurate. Yeah, the American ships with all the radar are far more accurate when they're building their solutions, which is obviously helping big time. Fuzo's is a goner. It's just basically how much can she keep soaking up to distract the guns away from our other ships. They'll definitely write songs about this ship and crew, no doubt about that. Defiant to the end. Under the waves, you wouldn't believe anything was going on above. Well, apart from the odd flash from the guns. As you can see, she's only got rear guns and secondary guns available to her now. Out of ammo on the rest. Trying to get some hits on the Portland. And then, I think, there's the Fuso still alive. We are going to take what's left of the fleet and retreat. We've got a Congo-class battleship still alive. But yeah, we've got no ammo, so we need to start hightailing it out of here. Good news! Unseen by us, the South Dakota was sunk. So we've improved the result from the previous one by sinking an American battleship. So that's something, I guess. And at the end of that action, I was able to rescue some of the ships. So, the Fuso, alive. How? I had no idea. Critical damage, heavy flooding, still there. We lost the light cruiser, we lost the Nagato battleship, we lost the... No, we didn't. The Congo was still going with heavy damage and minor flooding. We lost the Yamato for 64,000 tons, another light cruiser was heavy damage and minor flooding. One of the other ones was sunk. The heavy cruiser, through attacker, minor damage, minor flooding, but had no ammunition left. Hey Aboa, moderate damage, minor flooding. Mayoko, no damage, no flooding, but again out of ammunition. We only lost 4 ships, 109,000. So that's half the tonnage we lost, or the Japanese lost last time, which is something. And on the flip side, the North Carolina, moderate damage, minor flooding. The South Dakota was sunk for 35,400 tons. The first Iowa class battleship, minor damage, minor flooding. Second one, minor damage, no flooding. The second North Carolina, which is probably the Washington, moderate damage, minor flooding. The Northampton class heavy cruiser, no damage, no flooding. The Portland, heavy damage, moderate flooding, and the others no damage at all. They lost 35,400 tons. So I know it wasn't strictly even Stevens with the destroyer count, the battleship count, but it's clear that with the radar on pretty much every ship, I think, of the American Navy, they certainly build a solution more accurately and faster than the Japanese can. And the heavy cruise, or the cruisers especially, of the US certainly do outmatch, or seemingly outmatch, the Japanese cruisers. The battleships, I have to say, the edge is always with the Americans here, isn't it? So yeah, that is certainly a bit of learning for our playthrough when we take on the Japanese campaign. Seriously thinking about starting off with an aircraft carrier and trying to push it that way. Thoughts and comments in the section below. I hope you like this. This was just a bit of fun, just messing around with a bit of battleship and battleship action. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. I'll bring you the new series very soon. Until then, stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.